Hi guys, it's Sarah from the Rose 9314, and since I was really bored, I decided that I was gonna watch an indie movie. Not really indie, but I was in the mood to watch a different movie, not really one of those big budget horror films, because I seem to not be liking the big budget horror films lately. Not sure why. Like, I tried watching Nightmare on Elm Street 2 the other day, didn't get into it. Tried watching At the Devil's Door, didn't get into it. And then I was just scrolling through my thriller slash horror section when I came on to a film that one of my ex-coworkers not recommended to me, but was telling me about earlier. He felt like, hey Sarah, you should really check out this stuff. And I'm like, what? It's got a beaver trying to chew a girl's vagina up. And I'm like, well, okay. Well, that sounds gross for one, and maybe I shouldn't watch that for two. So, hold on. Sorry, that was really distracting me for a reason. And for two, I'm just over here going like, okay. And for two, it sounds like a stupid movie. I mean, Zombeavers, come on. So, I'm pretty sure that you guys have already figured out that I'm talking about the B-rated movie, well, B-movie Zombeavers. And what Zombeavers is about is something that you would guess. It's about beavers that turn into zombies. And then we have these group of college students, they're sorority sisters. We got the three main chicks in this movie. I can't remember their names. Maybe I should look this up really fast, just so I have a feel to talk to you guys about, because I'll be talking for a while. But this is just my non-spoiler section. There is going to be a spoiler section. It's going to come up in a while because I'm not really big on not spoiling things. Sorry for the people who actually want to stay and look at non-spoiler reviews, but this is a spoiler review. I'm going to warn you that now, but I'm not going to spoil it just yet. Like, I'll let people stick around for a little bit. Okay, so we have Zombeavers, which for one, I didn't know had John Mayer in it until I was watching another person's review on it. Like, really? It's got John Mayer? I guess he was one of the truckers because I didn't see anyone else besides him. Okay, so we have Mary, Zoe, and Jen. I think I remember which one's which. Jen is one who... So we have Jen, Zoe, and Mary going on a camping trip because, quote-unquote, Jen's boyfriend cheated on her. I don't see this is a real spoiler because it's in the beginning of the movie. And so Jen's boyfriend cheated on her, yada yada. Boys catch up with them later, but that's not the point. We'll talk about that in my spoiler section. And they're invaded by beavers that are zombies. Well, how did the beavers become zombies, you asked? Well, I can't really, talk about that. So, yeah. This is my non-spoiler section. If you want a rating, I would give it like maybe 5 out of 10. It wasn't the best film I've seen, but it was pretty traumatizing in parts. I'm gonna share which parts actually traumatized me in a minute in my spoiler section, because there's no way of not giving out what scared me without being spoiled. So, yeah. If you want to figure out the parts that I didn't like and disgusted me, well, keep on holding tight. Right there. And, yeah, Zombeaver wasn't bad. It was actually a lot better than I considered it to be, considering that I hadn't heard of it until it came on Netflix. So, yeah, that's that. Alright, non-spoiler people, I'm gonna have to kick you out now because I can't say much about the film while you're around, but thank you guys for watching this. I will see you in my next reviews. Bye! Alright. Are the non-spoiler people gone? Alright. I warned you, spoilers galore over here. Okay. So I'm gonna get into the things I liked about this movie because I can't discuss the whole movie because I don't know how to edit that well. So it's gonna be a long video if I try to do that. Well, okay. So let's get on to the characters. Okay, we got Mary, which is surprised me a lot in this movie. I mean, she is supposed to be the good girl, and she turns out to be the bad one, and I'm just like, I don't like Mary. Then we turn into Zoe, who is actually the bad girl, quote unquote, and she isn't really that bad. Then we turn into Jen, who's just the middle person in all this. Although I did like Jen, hated what happened to her, but what could you do? Sam, I can't even remember half the people. I'm guessing that's the one who cheated on Jen. Fuck Sam. Tommy, hey, what happened to him? And then Buck, hey, what happened to him too? So we have all these teenagers. First we start off with 3 main girls. Mary and Zoe and Jen are all taking a road trip because Jen's boyfriend Sam cheated on her. And I'm like, I'm all for girl empowerment and having girls' day, but at a remote cabin where there's no cell reception, every single bad thing that could happen, and you choose to tell them, oh, it's fine, we have a landline. Well, landlines are not around for a reason. Well, actually, they're still around, but there is a reason why we don't use them a lot anymore, because they can get easily tampered with, like what the Zombeavers did by chewing on the cords. Yeah, didn't think that through, did ya? Okay, and, let's see. So it opens up, of course, Jen's boyfriend cheats on her, because we can't have just a girls' weekend plot line, I guess. But, okay, so Jen's boyfriend cheated on her, and I already knew from the bat it was either going to be Zoe or Mary that he cheated with, because why else would he not say a name if he wasn't hiding something? So we find out later that it's Mary, which totally caught me by surprise because I thought it was going to be Zoe because she was a slutty one, quote unquote slutty one. But, yeah, Mary took me by surprise in this movie. I didn't like her. Like, I'm just all like, oh, so you're gonna let me get this straight. You're gonna take your quote-unquote best friend onto a camping trip when you know that her boyfriend cheated on her with you. Does that seem like a smart idea? No. So the girls are playing, it was either Never Have I Ever or Would You Rather, yada yada, and then we have this little, foreshadowing about the whole kisses between Jen and Mary, which, that's one of the parts that traumatized me the most. We'll catch up on that later. So, the 3 douchebags, so they're playing, Truth or Dare, and they're saying, Zoe's all like, oh, you can always kiss Mary again, Jen, God knows you like it. And I'm like, huh, maybe she is, yada yada. So the 3 boys show up, they play this awful prank. We think it's the Beavers, but it's not the Beavers. It's too early to be the Beavers, of course. So, one of the things I did like about the movie is whenever Jen and Sam are having that whole interaction, and he's all like, what can I do to make you feel better? And she just automatically just slaps the shit out of him, which, girl power, yeah, I love me some of that. And then he's all like, do you feel better now? And I'm all like, no, she doesn't. You cheated on her, dick. I've been cheated on before. It doesn't. One slap does not do the trick. So she slaps him again, and I'm just over here going like, you get some, girl. You get your dues. You totally get what he has coming to him. So what she does is that she goes on to try to go take a bath. He, like, shoves her into the wall and kisses her. And then she's all trying. They start making out. And then she kicks him, like, knees him straight in the nuts. And I'm all like. So Jen was my favorite character in all this. And then we have the whole beaver in the bathtub shit, which is really freaky, and I'm just over here going like, oh my god, just get ew. Like, beavers are really poorly done, actually. They could have been better, but for a B-rated movie, I didn't expect much. I never really do. So, we have that whole scene with the beaver, and then, like, fucking, what's-his-face, Tommy gets the baseball bat and starts hitting the beaver with it, and we expect it to be dead, right? Well, apparently it's not dead, and I'm just over here going like, okay, well, yeah, that happened. So, all in all, that happened, and then we have, what they didn't do right is that they didn't just stop in their car and fucking drive away. They said, no, I'm gonna stay here, because there's no fucking beavers who could make me, go away. And I'm just all like, fucking seriously, stop being a dumbass. Have you never been stuck in a horror movie situation? Apparently not. They apparently have never been stuck in a horror movie situation, guys. Apparently not. So, that happens. Next, we have the whole lake scene where the girl, like, Jen was actually very smart in this. She's all like, okay, let's do, this, and this. Let's not go in the water, guys. Do you forget that beavers actually come in the water, ... And then it almost, like, I don't know why, but it, like, just runs across Jen's foot, the beaver, instead of actually hurting her. And then it goes to fucking Buck, and it actually gnaws his ankle off, his foot off. And then we see his foot just come up, because for whatever reason it didn't sink to the bottom of the ocean. He caught it. So he did that, and yada yada yada. Yada. Everyone's getting onto the rafters because Zombeavers are coming after them. They're multiplying because beavers always travel in colonies, y'all. And I'm just over here going like, well, so what they're doing is, it's kind of like they were all stuck on a rafter. Tommy or Sam or whoever decides to pick up the dog and throw him in the water as a diversion, proceeding to make Zoe fucking pissed off that Sam killed her dog, and I'm all like, I'm sorry, girl, if I was in a life or death situation and it was between all my friends and one single animal, I think I would make the same sacrifice. I feel like a dick, don't get me wrong, but I'm just all like, yeah, I feel like a dick, but I saved your life, you could thank me. But, yeah, then we get to all that, and then fucking, they're still on the rafters, and fucking Mary just bails out. She gets attacked by one of the Zombeavers, gets scratched, almost has her vagina chewed off, which I'm just all like, please don't show me a beaver eating girl's vagina. I know Rudy was all like, hey sir, this has this, and this. Yes, but I didn't really want to see it. Turns out she doesn't get her vagina chewed off, like Rudy told me, but oh well. And I said my coworker's name, but oh well. No last names in this. Anyway. And then it proceeds to scratch her, and then we proceed to, like, stab the thing to death, and it's still fucking breathing. I don't know fucking how. Like, this beaver has been fucking hit with a baseball bat and fucking knifed in the head so many fucking times, and I'm just all like, oh my god, really? So they proceed to try to get Buck to the hospital, which is a really fucking stupid idea to begin with. When you have, like, beavers, all not yada yada yada. So that happens, and then we get to the whole, oh, well, we're gonna, to the whole car ride scene. Tommy gets murdered, turns into a Zombeaver at the end, but, oh well. I didn't even know he got bit, but it seems like everyone got bit except Zoe. But, we get to the whole, damn, now I lost my place. So we get to the whole, hey, tripping on the words. So get to the whole car ride scene. Tommy gets smashed up by a tree. Everyone knows that fucking Mary and Sam slept together by now. And then they have the whole reading stuff. And then they have the whole beavers to the face thing. And they don't have any other way to get them out. So what they do is they board up the thing. That one trucker guy finds the other group. They come back to the house for a reason. Instead of just going around the tree. So they do that. They go back to the house. It's all boarded up. People can't let them in. So they go on to the other neighbors' things. And then, shit's gonna go down. And it really does go down. Like, I don't know about the guy. I think the old man just got murdered or something. So that happened. And then the old woman gets turned into a zombie, but we'll get into that later. Because we don't know this, but they actually are carriers of this Zombeaver disease. And when they scratch someone or bite someone, well, all shit breaks loose. So we have this whole scene. We think it's going to be a rather sexy scene between Jen and Mary. Where Jen just goes into Mary's bedroom. We see her just seductively crawling into the bed, taking her shirt off, and we're thinking nothing bad's gonna happen here. They're probably just gonna have a lesbian sex scene, whatever. But then I thought, something's gotta be up. And then Mary's all like, I'm strictly dickly. We had fun, but I'm strictly dickly, y'all. And then what happens is that Jen starts screaming, which I don't blame her because I saw that transition and it looked fucking painful and it was so fucking gross. Like, I think the thing that was most traumatizing about it was the whole, her teeth falling out and then her growing beaver teeth, and I'm just over here going like, ew. Ew, and then her just having, like, this fucked up face and the whole zombie eyes, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, the hybrid things, like zombie beaver human things, were disgusting. They were gross. I was just like, ew. So, she's all struggling, and then she manages to knock the other girl off, and tie her in there, and yada yada yada. And then we got the whole, her slapping her beaver tail thing. And I feel sorry for Jen, because she was actually the one I liked. But I'm all like, gotta happen to the nice girl, right? So we go back to the lodge, where the other three are hiding. Where Smith, Buck, and Zoe are hiding. Turns out, Buck gets turned into a zombiever, because, we already know that Jen got scratched. But he got bit, so and he's still alive, so he's gonna have it. So, Smith just fucking turns around, and Buck chews his fucking face off, and I'm all like, ew, gross. So, what Zoe decides to do to get away from fucking Buck. And by the way, Zoe's a horrible shot when it comes to guns. Until the end. We'll talk about that. But she runs up the stairs, and she thinks she's safe until she comes upon the old woman who got turned into a zombiever. She turns around, the woman's about to attack her, bite her, and she's all like, you know what, fuck it. So she throws herself out the window. We proceed to think she's dead. We go back to the whole Jen slapping her tail shit, and Mary running to, fucking Sam. And they're going to the bathroom, which is the most inappropriate scene ever. They're all like, she's all like, okay, we're getting chased by zombievers, they're surrounding us, we gotta run, but fuck it, we'll go have sex, right? So, and then we proceed to have a little bit of foreshadowing whenever Sam touches Mary and goes, what's that? It looks like a bruise, but might be a bite mark by Jen, because they were in an altercation earlier. So what happens is they proceed to have sex, and this is the greatest part of the movie, y'all. So, I don't know why I'm saying y'all so much. I guess it was because I picked up the accent a little bit. I know, that's horrible. But, fucking Jen proceeds to fucking be a beaver, dig a tunnel, I guess, and then go through the fucking bathroom floor and gnaw off her ex-boyfriend's penis, which he deserves. I think all cheaters deserve a little bit of punishment. Maybe not getting their dick ripped off like that, but I think it was justified in that case. So he gets his dick ripped off. I think he dies. Never really goes into if he's a Zombeaver or not. I don't know. So we got this whole scene between Mary and Zoe, and they're trying to make it out alive. They get into Smith's truck, goes to drive it. Then we got this whole Zoe telling Mary, okay, we gotta go on foot, right? So they go on foot, and then it's the end of the line for one of the girls because Mary pulls out a gun. And Zoe's all like, what are you doing? And she's all like, well, you have cuts all over your fucking stuff. You could be turning into one of those things. And of course, I knew from foreshadowing earlier that that's not the case. Mary was gonna turn into one. So Mary turns into one, and Zoe proceeds to grab the gun while she's in transition period, I guess. And she shoots Mary through the head before she could actually fully transition. And she just makes a run for it through the road, and we have this whole Zoe being the final girl montage, and then we have the two truckers from earlier in the movie, and then proceed to run her the fuck over, and I'm just all like, okay, so no one survives. I'm down with that, except the two truckers who it was their fucking fault in the first place. But there you guys have it. That was my review for Zombeavers. I particularly enjoyed this movie, and my lighting is horrible today, so I apologize for that. But thank you guys for watching. I'm actually gonna watch Sharknado next because I have a interesting indie movies feel to it. So I'll see you guys later. Probably post the Sharknado review for that, unless I can't get into it, then I won't. But good job for the B-rated people. They actually made me actually not want to go camping or anywhere near beavers for a while. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye!